Right in here.
And here we go. It is iNcontroL versus Rain Artist, a Terran versus a Protoss. TVP, your specialty, of course. And guess what? Blue Flame Hellions are no longer as good as they used to be, which makes me so excited. If you guys are watching this in VOD quality right now, in the live stream, we basically just went over the patch notes for 1.14, I believe. 1.4, excuse me. So, we're actually really stoked about those patch notes. Maybe not Pain User, he's a little sad about the Hellions. I'm stoked though, because guess what?
I'm down with the fungal change. That's cool with me.
I never really used fungal growth that much. I mean, it affects my Zerg versus Protoss style. It affects my ZVP because I use Ling Infestor a lot.
Fungal's so good, dude. Anyways, let me get through the intro here before you keep ragging on all the patch notes and whatnot. I'm all right.
Flame Hellion decreased.
Yeah, by 100%.
That's a lot. That's a little, you're like 100% is that much. It's a lot.
So it's 50, but
it's a lot.
It's ridiculous. EG iNcontroL, our red Protoss spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, and I know all these matches did start out on Metalopolis. Apparently, neither iNcontroL nor Artist can read English, so they did not start on Metalopolis.
Well, maybe iNcontroL was lifting too much weights at the gym before this game started, and his vision was all blurry-eyed and everything.
That video is hilarious.
All I could see was Greg
that video
lifting
is hilarious,
weights,
dude.
Machine lifting weights.
Although,
awesome.
To be fair, iNcontroL did make 400 plus pounds look like child's play. Yeah. That's real talk, dude.
Yeah.
Like, anyone who's been to the gym and lifted enough, I can definitely bench more than Hydra. I can't bench more than Machine.
How much does Idra bench?
Like 205.
205.
I can bench like 230.
He's getting pretty buff then.
Yeah,
he's
getting
up
dude,
there.
For his size, dude. He's
Remember when
weight.
he used
There's
to
no
like
doubt about it. Yeah. No, I know. And then iNcontroL made 400 plus pounds look like absolute child's play. He can bench more than that. He can.
Well,
it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Do you understand how long I would have to go to the gym to bench that much?
Never.
Because my body type wouldn't even allow it. I could never bench that much.
Well,
the dude is a beast, man.
Yeah.
He's a freaking gorilla. He's an orangutan.
You know what he looks No, he looks like a marauder, dude.
He does kind of look like a marauder.
He's literally a marauder, man.
He picked the wrong race. He could be an immortal.
Nah. No, he's definitely a marauder, dude. Have you seen him walk?
Yeah. No, I know. He works like this.
Yeah, exactly. He walks like a marauder, dude.
Even when we're on the stream for Inside the Game, he's like...
I'm not saying anything bad about him. He's awesome. I love that guy.
Dude, the guy's huge. All right, I'm just throwing that out there. He's a very massive individual.
Yeah.
And it looks like we might have a Reactor Rax expand here.
Yeah.
Out of Artist. And I haven't seen this for a while. And he has the second Rax. I love that. Just to be extra safe. I feel like Xel'Naga Cavern's a map where you almost have to two Rax expand.
Yeah, 2 Rax
Otherwise, you just get rolled over.
And is he going to throw a tech lab down? Yeah, he is. So he has a reactor and the tech lab going down on his barracks. Most definitely a 2 barracks play from a 2 barracks expand from Artist. And what is iNcontroL going to do? It would be very uncharacteristic for him to not do something completely out of the ordinary. And that's what iNcontroL is, just one of those guys that knows how to exploit the Protoss race to the maximum. And I see you over there chatting with chat. What has your attention so captivated?
Not even going to say a word. I was about to say something to all the people doubting that I could bench 230, but it's not even worth it. Sometimes people are wiry, man. I got those wiry muscles, bro.
He's pretty big.
I used to hit the gym all the time, and I wrestled in high school. I just don't put that out there.
I wrestled in high school too, man.
For like a year.
That's just to go into college. Like my mom was
whatever,
like,
dude. I'm not gonna knock on you. It is by far and away the hardest sport on the planet.
Oh my God.
Anybody who's been through a year of wrestling,
I would never do it again.
Understands.
I would
in
never
my
do
book.
it again.
It's incredibly difficult.
It is
incredibly difficult. There's no sport like it. Guys on the wrestling team who also played football would be like, dude, football is a cakewalk compared to
I heard that
it is
a lot.
a cakewalk.
When I was a wrestling athlete or whatever in high school, everyone was like, yeah, football's easy. There's nothing to football. Wrestling is tough. I believe that too.
It is, dude.
It is, dude.
Absolute
you're
warriors,
you're running in a little sweat room for like 3 hours, and then you get out of the room after your practice, and it's like, oh, fresh air. Oh my God,
I know,
it feels
man.
so good.
I know, dude. Got those grimy mats. They turn the heat up on you,
look,
too.
iNcontroL, 2 of them have come out right here. Oh my God, look, 2 is better than 1.
2 iNcontrols marching down Xel'Naga Caverns right now, headed towards the Protoss base. Stim on the way right now.
Someone needs to get him some weights.
Oh my God, is he going with the 1-1-1 before he expands? We do not have a command center down. The factory is on the way. Artist is going for an
It's not-
extremely early medevacs here.
It's not exactly 1-1-1.
No.
It's like the 2-1-1-1.
The 2-1-1?
The
Yeah,
2-1-1.
sure.
I
Whatever
almost
you
feel
wanna
like
call
he's
it.
going all in at this point, dude. He's got so many Marines and Marauders on the field. He kills off the
He's getting there.
observer. And if he gets... Is he going to go straight into dropships? I would imagine that's what he's getting all that gas for. And he still hasn't built a command center yet, man. This is going to get really interesting. And InControl's army looks really paltry in comparison.
For everybody talking about water polo, I played water polo as well, and you cannot compare egg beatering for an hour to running around in circles and sweating. And not only that,
And putting your face in someone else's groin.
yeah, that's terrible. 1 to 2 minutes of live wrestling is like the equivalent of a hard sprint.
Oh, dude. 6
It's
minutes,
not even close.
6 minutes of wrestling feels like an
Oh
eternity.
yeah, a full match is it's a disaster.
It's rough. Well,
See, I was always good at wrestling until I got to like CCS and state. And then I would be wrestling full-grown men with full beards with their shoulders connecting to their ears. And keep in mind, I did all my growing
wrestling
super
cat's
late.
pajamas?
I did all my
How was
growing
that?
super late in high school. I didn't finish puberty until like the end of my senior year. So it took me a while to come into my own. So I was super spindly and long, which was great to a certain extent. But then when you got to the real high levels, it just made things so difficult.
Well, getting back into this game because we're talking so much about wrestling. We should be wrestling commentators, man.
Nah, dude. Well, yeah, professional wrestling.
Yes.
The WWF.
WWF. We could be like Mike Ross and Taz.
Yeah,
Whatever
because
that
that's
guy's names
that's
are.
professional.
Well,
wrestling.
it looks like we may have a big move out here from InControl. He does have his Immortals out.
Why is
Hey,
he losing stalkers
I don't
at the
know,
bottom of the
man.
ramp? What's
I don't
going
know.
on?
He's that ballsy. He doesn't need his stalkers, but he has a lot of forces out here. Keep in mind, this is pre-patch, so those Immortals do not have 6 range. They still have 5 range. Of course, that's just PTR patch notes, not real patch notes. So it looks like InControl is going to walk up here. Oh, he gets a couple force fields off, and he locks the Marauders and Marines inside, and he's going to kill off a ton of them, and InControl making a big attack here.
He's actually doing a lot of damage.
He's
though.
doing a lot of damage.
I hope he doesn't try and commit all the way up the ramp because that could be a disaster for him.
Yeah.
He does have these Immortals out right now, though, and they're doing a really good job taking out all the Marauders. He just segregated a bunch of Marines and Marauders in that little nook right there. Did a ton of damage. Can he get these Marauders? Oh my god, more force fields going down.
Not the best force fields here, I feel like. There we go, locking up a couple of Marines and Marauders. And oh, InControl actually losing a lot of his forces. InControl may have to fall back here. I don't think he's got enough to break this. The SCV's coming off the line to repair a supply depot as well. Scuba Steve in
I
the
think
works.
he's going to pick up those medevacs and get those units back to the top of the ramp. Both players going
really
with
well.
an exclusively one-base style right now.
That's what happened when InControl lifts too much weights.
We do not have a command center or a nexus down for either player.
There's a Nexus.
Who's going to take this?
I don't know. It's one base versus one base right now. Both players are securing their second base. It looks like Artist will have his
Never mind
orbital
that.
a little
we
bit
do
sooner.
have an orbital down for
yeah.
Artist, which puts him way ahead right
Yeah.
now. He
Yeah.
held off that attack, and he had the orbital. Sorry we missed that, guys. He did have the orbital up, so he is miles ahead of InControl right now. He has more tech than InControl.
He has more supply than InControl.
He has more supply than InControl. InControl sticking with a primarily gateway composition right now with a few Immortals mixed in there. That's not going to cut it.
Artist is
he
bench
goes-
pressing 500 pounds right now.
InControl right around the 450 mark.
Yep.
Artist around 500. It's a good thing in StarCraft that none of that matters. It's your mind.
It is your
Man,
mind.
it's your mind. The sharpness of your mind.
That's true. Well, it looks like a factory is going to go down here from InControl Stalkers. That factory was kind of floating there for some time. InControl, he has a lot of army units on the field right now, but given that he's behind so far in economy, look, he's down by a complete base right now. It's going to be really, really hard for him to get back in this game. We do have a Ghost Academy being erected in the background. Serves two purposes, of course. Blocks that hallway, and it lets him get some ghosts out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Ghosts, the unit he absolutely needs right now.
Oh, yeah.
In control,
Bar none.
staying in this game right now with his Immortals
Yep.
and with his primarily gateway unit composition, and there's no better response to that, I would say, than some Ghosts. And the EMPs from Ghosts are just going to serve wonders for him. In control, supply locked pretty hard right now after losing both those pylons. He did lose both those forward pylons, and he is not trying to tech to Colossus here. I can't help but think that this next attack from Artist is just going to be so brutal for iNcontroL. I don't know how he's going to hold this off.
I don't know either, man. Artist is doing a really good job staying ahead of this game. iNcontroL has a pretty paltry force in the middle of the field. He does have a lot of Immortals mixed in here. Not a single Colossus, as you pointed out before. The one thing that's kind of going good for iNcontroL is the fact that Artist is making Vikings. And excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, we were actually on normal speed that whole time.
I got you.
Good point right there, man.
I noticed it a couple times during the replay, but
Everyone's going so much faster now. Look at the SUVs. It almost looks like everything's going twice as fast. Well,
that would make sense.
yeah. Whoops.
That would make a lot of sense. iNcontroL setting his entire army down the right-hand side of the map there through John's Common Knowledge Hallway. Not going to find anything over there. There are no proxies. Nothing for iNcontroL to worry about. He's actually going straight into his archives right now.
Yeah.
And a Forge, completely skipping the Colossus phase. I don't know if that's really what he wants to be doing right now. Colossus, just an amazing unit in TVP in general. I think teching to Colossus initially and then following that up with the High Templar tech is really the way to go in TVP. At least that's what I struggle with the most. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there, despite the fact that I don't really play Terran.
Doesn't matter.
But I've watched enough Terran versus Protosses to know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, no doubt.
But it does look like Artist is... Looks like both players may have a big engagement here, Pain User. And once again, iNcontroL doesn't have a single Colossus out on the field right now.
Nope.
Not one. And I love how Artist only has one single Viking. He hasn't scouted additional Colossus, so, you know, he hasn't overinvested in Vikings. And,
oh my god! Huge EMP goes down right there. That could be it. What a beautiful EMP from Artist right there. So patient. Gets an EMP off on all of the important units. Immortals going down like they were Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese.
GG comes out from iNcontroL.
Oh, man.
Beautiful play from Artist. Beautiful play.